Thanks for joining me. My video today was inspired by a conversation that's going on Facebook with the bag lovers group that I belong to. It's called Bag Chat. And the question was, what are some of the trends or some of the popular items in designer handbags and just fashion in general that you absolutely can't stand or that you just don't understand? And it led to a really lively conversation with a lot of people disagreeing about what they like and don't like. It seemed like for everybody who liked one thing, somebody else hated that thing. And it was all in good fun. It was meant to just be a comparison of what people's different tastes are. And it kind of inspired me to talk today about my 5 items that are trendy that I really don't understand or I really don't like. So I'm not normally a negative person, and this isn't meant to be a negative video. It's just sort of all in good fun, just kind of exploring the idea that people have different tastes. So for my first item, I want to talk about the Louis Vuitton wave bags. I was just in Louis Vuitton yesterday. They had a store full of beautiful bags, canvas, en print. I was drooling over the en print leathers. And then there was one wall that was dedicated to the wave handbag. So if you haven't seen this thing, it's a small bag, probably a crossbody bag. It's leather. It's got sort of quilting on it that is in a wave pattern. And then at the top of it, it has Vuitton in embroidery in script. And the embroidery is like cartoon or Crayola crayon colors, really bright primary colors. The bags themselves are very bright primary colors, and they're a little bit shocking to the eye, I have to say. I'm not a real big fan of the rainbow effect on the embroidery, and I just thought they were very juvenile. They kind of reminded me of something like My Little Pony or, you know, Strawberry Shortcake. Really bright colors like your kindergartner would really like, and I just don't get it. I found them kind of obnoxious and really probably hard to incorporate into your outfits. So for me, the LV wave handbag is a definite no. I really don't like it. Okay, number 2 is the belt bag trend. Now, way back in the day, we used to call this a fanny pack. And for anybody who's like my age out there, you probably remember them the first time around. They weren't good the first time around. So we had high-waisted jeans, and then people who would put on this fanny pack, usually it was black nylon, and it had a zipper on it. They'd put it around their waistline, and that would be their way that they could be hands-free and travel very easily. So this is something that has come back into fashion. I see Gucci has them, other high-end designer brands have them too, and for me, all I could picture is some middle-aged guy who's, you know, a tourist in Washington, D.C., and he's walking around with his grandpa jeans and his big nylon thing around his waistline. So it makes your waistline look heavier than it really is. And they're just ugly. I'm sorry, I just don't like them. So even though they come in designer leathers and designer fabrics, for me, it's definitely a no. Typically when you've seen something in the first incarnation and it comes around again, usually it just looks old and tired to you. That's been my experience. And so for me, those quote unquote belt bags or fanny packs, as I prefer to call them, is a definite no. Okay, number 3 is, again, another thing that has come back in fashion, and it is the Dior saddlebag. So once again, I saw this the first time around. I think it was back in the 90s, possibly the early 2000s. And if you haven't seen it, it is a little Dior bag shaped like a saddle. Sort of weird, sort of small. I wasn't a big fan of it back then. It went away. And for the most part, it just looked very dated. In fact, there is a beautiful consignment shop in my town, and the woman who runs the consignment shop said that she had this Dior bag to sell. It was a saddle bag, and she said she couldn't get rid of it, she couldn't sell it, and finally, yeah, I think she ended up selling it for like 80 bucks or something like that. And then all of a sudden this year, the saddlebag is back in style and everybody wants one. And to me, it just was dated and tired and weird. I don't understand what's supposed to fit in that sort of saddle-shaped bag. Like, what do you put in there? Your phones nowadays are so big, you possibly can't fit it in there. And it's just a weird shape, and I just don't like it. I'm sorry. So any saddlebag lovers out there, it's just not my thing. but I wish they would go away again. And they probably will, because they faded away once and they'll probably fade away again. So that was number 3. Okay, number 4 is, apologies to all you Celine lovers out there, the Celine Luggage Tote. The first time I saw this bag, it had a robot face on it. It's got the wiggly lines that go out and in. It's got the chaps, and then it has this zipper with a tag or a zipper pull on it. And to me, it is a robot face. It's a wonky face. It looks like it's sticking its tongue out at me. I can't get past it. I have tried, and I know there are people out there who love that bag, who think it's beautiful, who think it's the best bag they've ever had, the quality and the look and everything. They absolutely love it. And I get it, because there are things that I love that other people don't like too. But for me, that luggage bag, I've looked at it, and every time I see it, I feel like it's sticking its tongue out at me, and I just don't like it. I don't know. I like the Celine belt bag. I think that's a beautiful bag, but I don't like the Luggage Tote. I just can't get past that face. And for me, it is just a no. I'm sorry. I just don't like that bag. So, and I know there's a huge uproar about Celine and the new logo without the accent mark, and the new designer who took over from Phoebe. And, you know, everyone's all upset about all of this. And I think to myself, I don't like the bag anyway. So for me personally, it's not my thing. And finally, my number 5 item that I don't understand and don't really like are these sock sneakers. What's going on with them? So Balenciaga has a sneaker that's sort of a sneaker, but sort of looks like a sock. And it just looks like some weird orthopedic thing. It's got a big white sneaker base on the bottom, and then you pull it on your foot. And I guess they're probably pretty comfortable, but I don't get it. I find them ugly. I find them weird. If I'm going to buy shoes, I want them to make sure that they make my feet look really pretty, or at least they're so super comfortable, so unbelievably comfortable, that I can get past the fact that they're really ugly. Like Ugg boots, for example. The first time I saw them, I thought they were hideously ugly, and then I stuck my foot in one, and then I realized they're like the best thing in the world. So maybe that's how those sock sneakers are. I'm not really sure, but they're not my thing. They don't appeal to me. And I'm probably never going to be wearing sock sneakers. But hey, you never know. Sometimes people's tastes change, and what I don't like today, I might kind of like tomorrow. I'm not really sure I'm feeling the high-waisted jeans again, but you never know. Things come and go in fashion, and you get used to looking at it, and you kind of think, well, maybe I like it now. But those are my 5 items that, for whatever reason, are really trendy, but I personally don't like them. Let me know in the comments section how you feel about my 5 choices, whether you agree with me or completely disagree with me. And again, it's all in good fun, and it's all everybody else's opinion. You know, we all have opinions, we all have taste. It doesn't really matter. I'm not offended if you tell me my taste sucks, and I'm certainly not telling you that yours does either. I just wanted to vent a little bit and just express to you how different people have different tastes on things. So thank you as always for watching my video. I really do appreciate everybody who has subscribed, and I will get back to you probably next week with another video, and until then, take care.